young people feel, in a way, socially excluded from adults and society.
It's just a little bit of focus could just change lives.
If you have someone having an active interest in your life, then you feel good about yourself.
The living conditions in which people live, the environment that they're having to grow up in, all these things have an impact on, young people and how they see themselves.
We're talking about young people that have absolutely fallen through the gap and that really are at risk of not achieving their potential and not doing positive things with their life and not realising what they can achieve. And it's really important that as society and as individuals, we don't let that happen.
The young people in Hackney need as much as they can get in and around support, in and around understanding, empathy, and Stuart was sort of one of the people out here that was making that happen and was creating those opportunities for young people.
He had a lovely sense of humour, and even from a tiny little boy, he loved people.
He cared about everybody. He cared about everybody that he came into contact with and didn't take anything for granted.
Stuart was a very intense and focused individual, and for Stuart Feakins that was a very relevant and important part of his personality because his focus and his intensity was part of his compassion for children.
You'd see him in his work and you'd want to be that person. You'd want to be able to reach through to young people in that way. And it was inspirational, no question about that.
Stuart would always take an interest in anyone's hobby, didn't matter who it was.
If I didn't have Stuart, I probably would have just been at home. I wouldn't be doing nothing. When you finish school or when you're in school, there's a point where you actually get lost and you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what's next. And it's really scary. And just the support of him being there and showing what you can do and trying to bring out the potential inside of you is something that everyone needs.
One minute he was dancing, 12 hours later he was no longer with us. So it was a tremendous shock.
It was so out of the blue. It's just why.
I think what was so common amongst all of us was no, not Stuart, who loved life so much. And that was the hardest bit.
When Stuart passed away, there was a feeling that, a legacy had to be left for Stuart.
We really needed to all come together and make sure that we kept his spirit alive in a number of different ways. In bringing his friends together, which he was so good at, but also in keeping his dreams alive of making a difference to young people in Hackney.
And once you give people opportunities, once you give them different experiences, they tend to want more. They tend to want to see what else is out there. So that's our role.
It could be anything from sports to music, any social events or activities.
And what's going on for that residential?
Oh yeah, the one to Devon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's coming up soon.
Do we have to pay for it?
No, the residential is being paid for by the Stuart Feakins Trust. So none of the young people have to pay any money at all, which you're quite lucky, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, we're working with this Hackney Cycling Club at the moment to, develop their programme.
Stuart Feakins Trust, for example, would be helping us to organise trips, to pay for certain expenses.
I think young people need a challenge because if they didn't have no challenges and activities to do, they'll be on the streets.
To just focus on what we're doing so we know that we can achieve, we all know that we can achieve our goals.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. If it's supporting stuff like this, then and we can get out and we can do other things and go to further places and see other cultures and stuff, other cycling cultures, then it's a really good thing, yeah.
Keir and the work he's doing with the Hackney Cycle Club has developed to a point now where when they do attend the London Youth Games this year, they will be taking a team of Hackney cyclists. This is a flagship project for us. This is one of many that we're going to develop over the next few years.
Stuart and other people in Hackney prove that you can break the cycle in poverty. You can make a big old gash in the middle and make a difference.
When I know he's looking down on me, and I know he's really smiling up there, and he's really happy with, you know, what I'm doing. And yeah, his legacy is enormous. You know, young people still talk about him today.
The spirit does live on because I believe in every day I can get through to a person, a young person, that I'm inspired by his passion, his drive.
I do feel that lots of lives have turned around because of Stuart's passing. And it does comfort us to know that his name will remain in everybody's lives.
There's so many ways to get involved to help us and support the Trust to achieve those objectives through fundraising, but also accessing those great corporate opportunities through the CSR agenda and Give As You Earn and matched funding.
There'll be a young person out there who is grateful. They might not know your name, but they'll know that the way that their lives changed, it's because of what you've done for them.
You can do something in life and be something if you want to, if you really want to try hard. And I think that's what the Trust symbolises.